wokeness is something that's been talked about a lot. I think woke culture like permeates into everything. Like I'm gonna tap into my inner TED talk. Woke culture permeates into everything in 2022. Everybody's demanding inclusivity in TV and movies. People want to see people who look like them. And America is a melting pot of cultures. There's not just one, it's a melting pot. So people expect media to reflect real life. And so I think we have this thing over here where in American media, people are demanding to see people who look like them. And I think that's perfectly acceptable, reasonable, makes sense to me. Sometimes when you look back on old media, like I've been watching movies on stream lately. I've been watching like The Sweetest Thing, and then like when you go back and watch movies from like 20 years ago, which most of the movies I watch are 20 years or more, you see how white the world was. Like you'd be like, damn, it was really white. Like,
yeah, I just did Perfect Blue, and there was nobody with white people in that.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Even when it doesn't make sense for the world to be that white, like in old movies, it was really white. So I definitely feel like we've come a long way, and I think that it's important. So then we roll into anime, and y'all see down here in the bottom right corner, bottom right corner, I have this character from Clock Striker, and she is a black female protagonist in a shonen manga, which I'm excited about that, let's just say. But there are some people who feel a way about it. They feel like wokeness is pushing its way into the world of anime and manga, and there are some people who feel like it just does not have a place in that kind of in anime. Before I expound on, I guess, the various reasons, Twan, what's your knee-jerk reaction to that?
My knee-jerk reaction is that, like, I want so bad to like this whole, the anime, I want to say is, Japanese culture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Us black folks ain't native to Japan.
Right.
But
okay.
But it's not like it's some kind of gatekept, sanctioned off Wakanda. People can travel to Japan. People can be in Japan, black and existing. Why does it have to be to where it's just not a thing at all? Like, I come from the mindset and the argument of, yes, I love this media. I love this art form. And yes, my people aren't native to this, but you can't stop me from wanting to see a badass animated, like, care really put into it, like an Attack on Titan or like a Vinland Saga. I want to see that, but with niggas. Why can't I have that?
I mean, okay. I mean, I'm in this weird space because, like, if it can't be done like properly, I just don't want it done. That's the best way I can say it, because, like, I feel like okay, we had a conversation where we established that it has to be animated in Japan to be anime. So the writer does not have to be Japanese, the creator doesn't have to be Japanese, but it does have to be animated in Japan to be anime. So in that sense, I'm like, cool, like, we can have authentic black stories from a black perspective that is still anime. Or we can have, like, this character here, just a shonen character that's a protagonist that's black. Like, she ain't gotta be
just the reskin.
Yeah, but she got her little locks and stuff. Like, we gotta do another black anime character tier list, because I like her hair texture and stuff. Like,
that is true.
It's giving black to some degree. Her hair.
Would you say first black female, like, main character in a shonen? Like, I just immediately get excited because like, anytime I think of like My Hero Academia's, Naruto's, and them, like, that's so interesting to me to see that, but like really fleshed out and not just some pandering anime to throw to black folks. Like, I want it to have sense, to be deep, to have twists and callbacks. I want it to have all of that.
But
and I'm just
I mean, do we even have a good black fantasy show in America? Like a show.
What was it? I mean, it's not an anime though.
I mean, but like a fantasy show. Let me read some of these because JD's on the YouTube side contributing, so I want to make sure I get their comments. Clock Striker is written by one of my best friends indeed. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, nice.
I did do some reading about the creators of Clock Striker earlier, and I gotta remember, like, I need to start saving articles when I run across them because I always be like, I can find it again, and then I like can never find it again. It may be one of the French American collaborations I'm looking forward to. I've been looking forward to it since day one. It will be published by an American editor, Saturday AM, who's doing great stuff with diversity in manga, like Apple Black by, I'm not gonna say this right, Odunze Ogwo, aka White Manga. The hype is real in France for Clock Striker, indeed, even in the US. So that's what they said on the YouTube side.
I heard.
And then on this side, what do we got? Vinland Saga, let's see, it can be done. I think it can be done. Lil Bell says, I'm not very familiar with anime like y'all, but do they have many gay characters in anime? I think woke is okay as long as it's not shoehorned into the story. And Dorian said anime has a lot of gay characters. Do we have a lot of good black shows? Period. That's like what I was saying. And the PJs and the projects is fantasy for white chocolates. You stupid. But I mean, like, really, like, do we have good, like, we're still struggling in America to still even get like black characters that are written like in not just one or two ways. So
yeah, that are more nuanced.
Yeah,
have these hills and valleys of their personality and backstory.
Right. So I kind of feel like are we looking? I just don't think that anime, like if an anime studio, like if it wasn't a black person, they wouldn't be able to catch
all the nuances of like the black
being black. Like it'll just feel like a colored a character that's brown.
But that's the thing. Like you would have to want a studio. You would have to have a studio that will want to put that type of dedication and research into it. Like I said, this isn't something that's impossible. All the money that's made in this industry, you can't fly some creative ass niggas out, because I could name you 3 right now that you could get on a plane and they could simply talk to you about their visions and their experience and how they would incorporate this into an anime and all this type of stuff. Like, you just got to bring in the right people.
Not fly creative niggas
You gotta want to do it. You just do. You gotta want to. I don't think it's impossible. I
don't think so.
There's no real drive for that to happen. I don't think nobody's really chomping at the bit for the next sadly for the next Clock Striker.
I mean,
in America,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, because then you have the otakus that are purists who say, I mean, we had the conversation. Okay, let's talk about LaShawn Thomas, because he's from America. He was behind, I think he worked with like Boondocks, and then he did Yasuke, he did Cannon Busters. He's an American black person who went and got anime made. Okay, so he's kind of like the blueprint we have right now of what it could look like to have, you know, black people who have lived a black experience contribute to a story that can be made into anime. So how do we feel about his shows? Boondocks doesn't count.
Yeah.
How do we feel about
I would be standing right now.
Right. How do we feel about Yasuke and Cannon Busters?
Yasuke, I was really hyped for. I'm gonna be completely honest and say I don't even know why I fell off, to be honest with you, because I enjoyed the art style of it. This is kind of what I was saying before, in the vein of like, that's the kind of attention and like detail I want from an anime like that. I mean, I think because of the type of person I am, I feel like because that anime was more digging into like the history of him actually like the first black samurai, right? Like
it actually was not. I mean, we don't know much about Yasuke, like technically. We do know historically he existed, and there's like he was African, and we do know like he was first samurai, but there's not like a lot of details of his life. So the anime, it just kind of was a telling of a story, because it was like, you know, robots and shit in there. What the? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
My
that was
Discord
weird.
just went off, and I was just like, why is there so many beeps all of a sudden? Let me turn it on streamer mode so I won't hear that again. All right. Sorry.
Did you finish it?
I did finish Yasuke. I enjoyed it. I mean, but it's like still that thing of even if black writers show up, I mean, I don't.
Is it a thing where they can show up but the audience has to too? That type of thing?
The audience has to show up, and then like for me, like as an anime watcher, like for years and years, and I've watched hundreds of animes, like it's still got to be good though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I wanted to be able to grasp me. I don't want to be because I really did. I was really excited for Cannon Busters. That's another one where I just I don't know. It just didn't all the way click for me. So like it's another one that I just kind of fell off of.
It's always I'm really trying to like pick my words. I'm trying to be the adult that I have become and pick my words wisely because I know how people feel about it. Let me read a comment first before I say this. They were talking about Proud Family. Bring Tyler Perry to the anime side. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Dorian. Don't play with me right now.
You win. If you want that in the anime, you go ahead and get that right on.
What does bad wigotry translate to in anime? I have no idea, but it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. No one has time. He said Cannon Busters was very good. See, Dorian enjoyed Cannon Busters. Afro Samurai was probably the best to me. But you know, I don't know. Let's see.
I just don't think there's that much. Like if there was a wave, because keep in mind, I don't know. I can't even pinpoint what year it was, or like recently when it happened. But like the amount of trans visibility on TV has increased dramatically. Just more black shows in general, more feature films featuring black casts, and you know, there's a wave of social media, and I guess the status quo slowly shifts, but I just don't see it for some reason happening with anime, and it makes me sad.
Don't see it. JD said there will always be haters towards black characters, yellow characters, and many color characters. Why? Because for many people, the main character must be white, and the others must be sidekicks who stay in the shadows. Have you heard about Comic Republic, Unique Studios, E10 Comics? They are professional African editors who create their own comic book superheroes with black characters, and it's awesome. Yeah, I definitely think there are some media, like especially comic books and stuff, and in America, like where you can find
comic
some.
Books don't even got the issue. They don't even got the problem.
But see, that's the other thing. That's when you have to ask the question of, is this woke culture translating over to something that it does not apply to? Like anime is very Japanese. Like I was having this conversation with my husband. I was like, I know this is gonna sound terrible, but like think about a lot of the stuff we like in anime or that's synonymous with anime. It's very Japanese. Like anime is very Japanese, like culturally. Like the visuals that we have now become so like the things that are like, this is anime, is very Japanese. Like they're like how they talk, how the little non-verbal cues, non-verbal things they do, how they hold their hands.
That's the funny thing too, because I would still want the black anime to be subbed.
I feel like that's why Cannon Busters was
in English.
That's why the Cannon Busters for me was weird, because it's like you put in super like American imagery and then trying to make it like Japan. It's weird to me.
That
like
is very true.
I don't know, like what you gonna be from like the hood like me, and then you like throwing up like that's like like oh they just did it.
Be like, Nani?
Right. It's like, it's so like, I don't know. It's weird to me that people don't like. To me, it's like it's giving colonizer.
No, I feel you. Like when you say it out loud and you put it in those like at those terms, I can admit it does feel like I'm just like invading on somebody's thing and being like, put me in it. I want it like this. What you mean only you people?
Right. I'm just like, but
it's
they
really giving
Japanese.
appropriation.
But they Japanese
Right.
though. Like, how many black people you really running up on in Japan? Like,
Look, hey, on TikTok, they be documenting. They be out
the
there.
fact that you could document
But
it.
you can at least put us as a little speck or something.
I mean, you do get like the
somewhere.
one random ass black person, you know,
So
sometimes.
he can't be a friend. He can't be a sidekick. He can't be written in as a foreign exchange student. He can't just be on vacation, being over here for a month because he want to see the world.
See, Dorian said, imagine Yu Yu Hakusho being black. I can't. Like, these dudes literally.
I can.
I could imagine JoJo being black. Like, there's some that are in such a fantastical fantasy world. Like, I still will give you that. Like, if we're in a fantasy world anyway, like, yeah, you could put some black people in there, but still, like, this is the thing. Like, like even fantasy Japanese shows are still very Japanese. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. Yellow said there's not many good. Black American TV is not good.
But I mean, that's a little bit of a difference with the level that we'll go through when we are actively creating or attempting to appropriate. Because I'm not going to sit here and boycott. I'm not going to sit here and stand outside of your establishment of your business and be like, we need this to happen. And also, if I'm called out on it, I'm wise enough to take a second and think about it. I mean, in this very conversation.
He's talking about in this very moment. I just
come into this thinking about it being appropriation, but it kind of is.
I mean, but it's a fine line though, I think. Ian said with more black characters, do you think it would help more black people learn about it? No, and that's the thing, us blerds, like, we be watching anime, y'all. Like, how long? I've been watching anime for 20 years, maybe plus at this point. Like, so I can't say seeing black characters is necessary for me. I can't even sit here and cap.
To continue, it's definitely not necessary for me to continue. I'm always gonna watch some anime.
That's what I was.
But am I saying that? Do I want the little 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 10-year-old me to, see a very badass black killer in a Hunter x Hunter? Like, yes. That's why I love Canary so much.
Oh my God.
They ain't pushing enough.
That's the only thing that makes me feel like it is important. But I was like, I think it just turned into one of those things where you're using black people as a cash grab, which was the statement I was trying to avoid saying. Like, I feel like this always turns into a thing. You're like, make it black and then the black people will take it. It doesn't matter what it looks like. But I went to DreamCon and I had a canary shirt that I was selling. I was like, me and one other person had a canary shirt, like, design. And, like, my canary shirt sold out. So, like, seeing that response to, like, how badly people want to see, like, even amongst hardcore anime fans, like, they really do want to see people who look like them. And Canary's, like, an older character. Like,
yeah. I can understand, like, I get the parallels. It's like when a white woman has got her little yoga mat in tow and she's walking down the street, she sees this black woman yoga thing and she's pissed. She's like, how come I can't join this yoga thing? It's
that's what
Negro women only. This is what I feel like while I'm over here talking about wanting to see representation.
It's giving Karen. What do you mean it's their culture?
I'm just saying. It would be nice if they, if you wanted to placate me just once, give me, just make one of the bad. Y'all know who the badass characters are in these anime. Don't pretend like you don't, like you know who the badass.
You just want them to be, but what if all the villains are now black? What if they make the villains black?
Okay, that's different.
But I'm like, what if for them? But I don't want Japanese people trying to force black people in. I don't want Japanese people to try to force black people in it because they ain't gonna act right. We already seen Mr. Popo, Blackluster. We know y'all ain't gonna act right. We know y'all ain't gonna. No.
It's that constant fight for your toxic baby daddy to change his ways. I'ma stick beside him. I just want him to do me right one time.
So you was on here really doing this black anime tier list where we had to put Lady Crone on the bottom, Blackluster, Mr. Popo. We had somebody else. Okay.
Right, yeah, that's different. Right.
Them passport bros though, they don't count. Wait, we can't have a hood anime. Think of a of gangster than anime being a black anime. I just like, can you, like, I walked my husband through this visualization exercise. Like, imagine you're watching anime. Close your eyes, everybody. Imagine your high school that you went to growing up, and just imagine your whole day in your high school being an anime, like a slice of life anime. Does it work for you? How you feel about it? How you feeling?
I feel very out of place. I feel very out of place.
What you mean you feel out of place?
Because I just imagine myself walking through the halls of a Japanese high school.
Oh,
like,
you put yourself in a Japanese.
I put myself in a Japanese house.
And I literally said, "Yo, high school though."
You did, but you also said anime. And I just instantly went to Japanese house. And I was playing Megan Thee Stallion in my headphones, stifling a soft twerk because I didn't see how it would be received.
I can't stand y'all. Y'all sound confused. Okay, let me read JD's comments because Twan you just said me talking about I feel out of place. It will be adapted by Hollywood Indeed. Clock Striker will be released in Japan too. Oh, and they said they come from Nigeria. Their stories are well received in Africa and other countries. I mean, I know there's an audience for it. But I think initially, like, I mean, that's kind of one of the things we do have to like consider as anime becomes more mainstream and like more people outside of Japan are watching it. Like, anime will change, right?
Yeah. I mean, let's think. So what would be the harm in, okay, let's just take out the fact that we, I guess, couldn't officially call it anime. Would you be down for a group of black folks to build this amazing plot, story, and all this stuff, and then get the necessary studio or whatever to adapt it or to illustrate it? Not even a big studio, just somebody that'll be able to create, like,
drive.
Would you support that? Yeah, would you
thank
support
you for that? IRL, what does it say? The chat in the way. Y'all blocking it, I can't see. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, Jay. I just saw Jay. I think it said IRL. But hello, welcome to the stream.
I bring that up to ask because, like, I don't see why, like, make a hood.
RDC World One, they gonna do it.
I may hate saying the word hood.
RDC gonna do it though. RDC or King Vader. I think they'll be the ones to make it happen.
Just a real black ass plot, but simply just animate it nice. Just animate it really well. Black struggles.
It's the same hope I have with some of my favorite hentai. Are we ever gonna get a good studio to animate this hentai, or it's always got to be low budget? Thank you for stopping by to say hi. Hi. Oh, IRL JC in real life. Okay, thank you. I think they'll do it, but I think it ain't gonna hit the same. I think y'all still ain't gonna be happy, but we can put money on it.
I don't think hentai will ever really catch.
Well, I mean, they have the same problem though. Like, usually the studios that are animating these hentai are very low budget, so they're not animated nicely. But I was just saying, like, it's the same problem that you have with those. Yellow said, do you think it's because we've been told we need representation? Like, do we put too much stock on that?
I think once the cat gets out the bag, once you know it's a possibility, because if you live in a world of ignorance, which we were in the 90s, there was so much stuff we were doing and saying in the 90s that just right now it will not fucking fly, and you know it won't, to the point where you won't really go there your damn self. You know what I mean? Like, there's stuff that just simply changes, and once that seed has been planted, like I can't see myself in the future right now. I'm talking about we don't need no representation. I don't need to see no gay niggas on TV. I don't need to see X, Y, and Z. I will never go that way. But I also wasn't just sitting back at home like craving it, was thinking actively about the lack of black people immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Once the idea was put into my head that we needed, and I'm like, that does make sense. Like, I should be able to see myself. I should be able to blah, blah, blah. I can't really go back after that, you know? So
like watching some of my old movies. Yeah, like watching like some of my older favorite movies is like weird because it's just like no black people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
once
like,
you see it, you can't unsee it.
yeah, fully. And that's kind of how I kind of feel about that. Like, I mean, I could say all day that, well, no, yeah, that train of thought is not cute.
Okay.
It's not cute.
We won't push you then. Yellow said, obviously black people living in, that's why, I mean, I like Insecure. I think TV is coming a long way. Shout out to Issa Rae, because like Insecure is one of my favorite shows. I need Insecure like anime. Like, I need that same vibe. Like, I feel like Insecure was one of the first like live action TV shows more recently that like really showed like what it's like to be a black millennial. Cause you know, there was also like, just straying away from anime for a second, there was always this thing in black media where even when you see a full black cast, like the way that the story is always so unrealistic. Like, they're all rich, one's a lawyer, one's a doctor, one's this, like nobody broke. Like
the Cosbys
living single. It's just like everybody was always good. And like Insecure was the first one when she was like, no bitch, like I'm broke. Like, I don't know where I'm finna stay. Like, my apartment's busted. Yeah. Like, and I really appreciated that. So even like
actively making horrible decisions.
Actively, like, you know, Insecure my life story. So I was just
but
like,
they really went through some of the stuff that we think in our head. I like her being able to have a character like Mirror Bitch. I feel like any black show needs to have a character like Mirror Bitch or something to where they can get out their inner thoughts, because that's where the meat, for me, that's where the meat of a black show really is. When you're thinking, when you're going through what they are thinking, how they're interacting with the situation, because how they outwardly perform sometimes, depending on the person,
especially
you can switch
for
that
us.
with any other. Right, but I want to hear the thought process behind it. Like, I love the way that Insecure dove into the whole ghosted situation and the mental health issues that they didn't 100% tell you it was mental health right at the beginning, but you kind of knew through the little stuff that they were dropping and the stuff that he was saying. And I like the way that as a black character, Issa kind of navigated that.
And that's what I'm saying. Real. So like, is that what we trying to see in black anime, or are we just trying to see some people who are like brown? Cause you know, y'all was real mad about Yorichi being put down on that garden. She didn't even get garden variety, did she?
Well, that wasn't to no blame to me.
Wait, I know you feel a way about it, but I'm just trying to revisit where she landed on our black anime tier list. Didn't she get, what was the one right before the You Can't Sit With Us?
I don't know. I just have.
She just wasn't there. She was
a huge hand in it. So I feel like you should be speaking on it because you had a huge hand.
Because like, even though she was like, a lot of us were hype about Yorichi because she was brown. She was a brown girl, you know, I can't really say appearance. She was brown. Okay. She was brown and everybody was really hype about her. But then you get to this moment where you're like, okay, and how did you connect to this character? Like, what was
she had attitude?
I don't like that. Hold on.
I just say, wait, let me stop.
He's like, wait.
A black woman. She was sassy.
I just don't like. I feel like under a certain age, I feel like for my kids, like, yes, like I feel like for them it's that simple. Like, make them brown, put them in the movie. That's all they need. But I mean, if we're talking about adults saying like, I want to see more of myself in these characters, like, are we talking about that level of like black experience being translated? Or
I feel like for me, and a lot of this is me talking from like my earlier child self.
Yeah, you know? Okay. This is
like
your child
I already
self.
said earlier, I will not stop watching anime. I will forever be a fan. I take all the niggas out tomorrow, and I'm probably still gonna watch an episode of some stuff. Like
episode 100. Yep. You're right.
Episode
right.
But I think that the whole thing is more of a defensive stance from like kids in general, because that's always in the back of my mind when I think about any social issue or any real thing. I'm thinking about the generation coming up behind us and what they see, what they experience, and not making their experience the exact same as mine, which was full of like, you know, well, why can't this happen, or why why aren't we shown here? Are we it's the same thing with the black kids and the black dolls. You walk in your little girl through the aisles and you see nothing but white Cabbage Patch dolls.
Ooh, they irk my spirit. I mean, let's get into that. What does that? We both came up as anime fans. We did a show before about growing up Blerd. What do you feel like are some of, like, if you were to look back? Because I would think at the time I didn't really feel like, because the world was just so white. Like, I didn't feel like it had any negative effects on me. Yeah, it felt like, if you were to ask me back then, I'd be like, it's fine. Like, I didn't. But what do you feel like are some of the things that you're being told, like when you don't see people who look like you? Like, what are some of the weird ways our minds like translate that? Let me see. Dorian said he's just listing off different things that he would want to see, I guess, as like black characters. And then he said we got a black village in Naruto, and that was cool. But then we got Killer Bee over there too, in the Naruto Black Village. So I'm
glad that it didn't make everybody in the Cloud Village like Killer Bee.
I was dragging him at DreamCon. But some black people are really rocking with Killer Bee, because I was dragging him at DreamCon.
Dope. He is dope. His 7 swords at the same time, like the way he bodied Sasuke, and we've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for somebody to body Sasuke at that point in the anime.
It's like I just wanted him to be bodied. But
no, really, and he gave us all that, but it was the caricature of it. It was a caricature of it all. Even for me at a younger age, when he first popped up, I really want to do the math. Like, because keep in mind, I was introduced to him when it was released in the manga.
Okay.
Killer Bee. I want to know how old I am, because I actively remember like seeing him and being disappointed.
Oh wow, that's sad. Maybe you were an adult. I feel like kids get hype off anything, because I just can't see.
Because it was so aggressive. Yo, this is my rap stuff, homie.
Yeah.
Bro, this, bro, that. Yeah.
They could have just not. But that's these people. That's your toxic boyfriend that you really sitting over here like, yeah, I got hope though. I don't want them animating not a thing related to me.
Who is my toxic boyfriend? You talking about me?
The the Japanese animators that you trust and do right by you.
Oh, see, no, I'm not trusting them on their own. They need to source.
Right.
I'm always going to be a component of that. Hire these black folks, fly these black folks out. That's why I don't like Tyler Perry like that over here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we really just being hopeful. We trying to get good depictions of black people in Japan when we can't get together over here. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like these people, like I will say his name to the high heavens. Can somebody please just hire Nicholas Draper Ivy, fly him out to Japan, and just run these studios? His character designs is still so black, but it just is so bathed in the essence of anime. I don't get it. They're out there. Use them.
Because I think also, which is a very American thing, we can't realize that we're not the first line audience.
Yeah.
They ain't making this shit for us. I mean, we be watching it, but I feel like that's literally why.
Yeah, we're not the ones in Japan like driving these sales up the way.
Right. I mean, we are driving sales. Yellow said, as a kid, I never really wondered why there weren't many black wrestlers on my screen. And then in 96 or 97, the Nation of Domination, the group The Rock started in, came out and started the conversation, and it still took to 2019 to give us an African American champion. So he's talking about watching wrestling, which is another realm of media that still can't seem to get it together. Hey Sharia Moore, welcome to the stream. Netflix is trying to do it for the culture. I was watching.
Has been doing their best throughout the years.
They try. I mean, they really kicked it up. Like, but I just finished watching the season 1 of Sandman, and I will say, for me, it's so I feel terrible. Like, even in anime. So like, this could just be me, but like, even watching it and just seeing so many black characters, like, there's still a part of me who's like, I think when people talk about wokeness feeling forced, like, I think it's gonna feel forced, because like, It's almost like when Disney came out and said, like, we are definitely trying to put gay characters in this movie, absolutely, because it's exposure. It's an exposure thing. I think it's, like, still weird to me when I see a lot of black characters. Like, when I watched The Sandman, I was like, damn, it's a lot of black folks up in here. Like, you know, you go somewhere, you be like, damn, like, it felt like I still noticed, and it was a good balance. It was a very good balance, but it still was just like, damn, it's a lot of niggas in here, like, which is a great thing.
Wait, so you said The Sandman, so this is an anime?
This is like on Netflix, but I was just saying, like, even on American media where it makes sense to see black people, or like, you know, media that from over here, because the media should reflect the people at the very least. So like, even something like The Sandman that is made for over here and stuff, and I saw those black people, and I was still like, damn, there's a lot of black people. Like, it was like, still like,
was it saying to your head, like,
yeah,
this storyline that's been imprinted in your brain,
yeah,
that we should only be the sprinkles, not the actual dish.
Yeah. I mean, like, because like some Netflix shows like are putting a few black people here and there. You like, oh, it's a trio of characters. One's black, one's something else, like Asian or Indian, and then one's, you know, like that. And then you got the white boy, you know. So it like those even still feel like they struggling because it's so calculated. But like Sandman really felt like a day walking through Atlanta, or like, you know, if you lived in New York, like you just don't know who you're gonna see. And I feel like that's very like good, but I felt my brain still was like, damn, like.
So like, what is the secret sauce? What is the magical number? What is the arrangement of people being introduced that can make it feel more natural? Like, what is it that is there anything that you can pinpoint that made it feel jarring, or was like,
no, that's why.
Is it just the simple fact that they were on the screen?
It's just the fact that like one of the main characters was like, it's just the fact that it's not just extras who are, it's like some extras are black, and then it's like one of the main characters in the story is black, and like, I mean, it's just black people in there, and it's great. I love it, but the fact that it still like was like, you notice as the ratios change, like you feel it, you notice it. And the fact that it's still noticeable to me, and it made me like, it took me out for a second. Like, and they were well written characters. I really liked how they wrote them and stuff. But I just, even as a black person, so I know a little Karen be at her house like through. I know Karen's at her house through. She's mad. She's turning it off. Because. And gay. So they had like a good representation like across the board.
I still will never get over the reactions to black folks and niggas seeing any type of a gay scene on TV encroaching in their space.
Oh my gosh.
Valley, what was it? Was there a season, episode or a thing in Power?
Yeah,
I didn't watch Power like that, but every time these scenes happen, even if I'm nowhere near watching the show, Empire included,
yeah,
I always hear about this swell of anger, like, why they can't keep that gay shit over there? Where? Keep it where?
Keep it where? So
put it where?
Let me ask you this then. So as a gay person, when you watch a scene and it's like, you know, like if a show has maybe not just one scene, because I think if you have the one scene, it's gonna like be like, oh, shocking. But you know how these shows are now, like it be sex scenes all the time. So is there a ratio where you be like, oh, okay, they doing, you know, equal representation? Is there like at some point, have you ever been watching a show and you like, okay, they really trying to make sure they?
I don't really care too much. I don't like put a crazy, just because I'm a fan of anime, I like badass characters. Yes, I want some magical anime to appear where some black gay guy's a character just like kicking ass.
Right.
But as far as like what I would feel comfortable with, or what I would be expecting or be okay with, is like whatever is natural. Like, I don't want to feel like there is everybody in the entire show is gay, but everybody being gay serves no purpose to the plot. That doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And at the same time, I feel like I just want to see people having interactions.
Yeah.
That's it.
The Sandman did it. I think the Sandman did it well. I would be interested to see how you you feel about it, because like my husband's saying, people in here have watched it. Dorian said it's fire. There's definitely in your face black characters in the Sandman. It's like five of them in the Sandman. There's major characters. Rashawn said, I did like seeing this. Yeah, I love seeing black characters that were different, like too, that they were all so different. And well written. I love the dream vortex. Like I just loved how they wrote these black characters. Intelligent, varied, like absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I feel like, because I'm already building up I'm not doing any videos today, recording anything, so Game of Thrones is
yes
tonight. So I'm watching that, and I'm about to put in Sandman into that queue. Yeah, because I also want to watch Rap Shit on HBO. Rap Shit with the two girls.
I haven't seen it. I had to buy HBO now because I need to watch Game of Thrones tonight. Yeah, I need to subscribe to it. I stopped it because I was like, hey, shit on here. So now I need to resubscribe. I got some YouTube comments that I'm gonna read. Megan Thomas, hey boo. Like Lord of the Rings, I'm excited, but low key, like too much color. Like I know it feels weird because like I was a Lord of the Rings.
Why is that a thing? Because you don't like, and that's something that I've had a conversation with people. Some people just don't be thinking black people be acting like that, so they're like, it's too much.
No,
so, do you think it's like bad?
It's jarring. Like it's jarring. Like
but going against the status quo.
It's because like for me, I love Lord of the Rings. Like y'all don't understand. I might watch the trilogy like once a year, like the whole thing through. So like the first Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, like I fucks with them. But they came out in a time where the world was still very white, and it was unnaturally white, right? Like I said, like some of these shows, it didn't even make sense how white they were. They just, that was the status quo. I grew up to this. Like some of my favorite shows are still very white. So it's gonna be jarring to me to now revisit the Tolkien world. And now these black folks in here, like where they come from? Girl, where they come from? Kind of like that.
Yeah, I feel you.
So it's jarring in that kind of way, not in the like I don't want to see it way, but just like damn, it's really it's the black folks in here now. The Sandman is without a doubt one of the greatest comic book adaptations ever, approved by Neil Gaiman himself. The Sandman is published by DC Comics. And Fabio said, I like your cosplay. Thank you. It's not real cosplay. I guess I do look like a Princess Peach, but just like a chocolate peach is giving. I got you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
The chocolate.
Yeah, the main antagonist in the Sandman is gay, which I love it. He be getting it in.
And is he going around being you dastardly?
No.
Villains.
Like honestly, when you watch him, you wouldn't even like, you just like, okay. I mean,
because that's another thing I appreciate, when it's not the stereotypical version of what you think this gay villain would be. Like he's not walking around on heels twirling wine.
Now they do have a like non-binary, maybe they didn't say, I think they called him he in the show, so it's a he, but he dresses like like he's kind of like, he wears like lipstick and like he's just androgynous, I would say, like the way he dresses, and he's very like extra, but he's desire. So like you have dream, death, despair, desire. So he's like desire. So he's like extra as fuck. But then you have like another one, the antagonist who's gay. And like I said, you wouldn't like, he doesn't read anything. He reads just like a regular ass dude. He just walking around.
Because I don't really 100%, like I do want to see, because we exist. We are in the world. I don't care what. Now I don't give a fuck about what culture you in.
Right.
Because we are everywhere. So it's like, I want to see that representation in there to make it believable, more so believable for me, But I just don't want it to be like a little, like that's the only problem I had in Insecure with her brother, the gay character, because he was only really used. I enjoy him. Keep in mind, I think he's hilarious, and
they missed opportunities.
But they only really. Yeah, he could have had a whole storyline. They could have fleshed his character out more, maybe did something more with him and Kelly's relationship or something, but he was really only used for that, like, one little throw him in there for a little bit, get some sassy quits out. Yeah, and then pull him back, and then wait until the next time. Same
with Kelly.
Brought back into the field.
Like
Heavily
they
too.
wasted, like they did waste it, but he was very wasted. So, but I think you would
Mhm.
approve of the Sandman, and like I said, P Valley is also doing it for the culture, and they big mad.
Yeah, I'm definitely about to. I'm gonna check out Sandman tonight.
They big mad about it. Let me check. We got a highlighted message here. Let's see. Question. Some shows I feel awkward. So in some shows I feel awkward with forced involvement. Does Twan ever feel gay characters are forced into the story?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like I was just saying with Insecure. To be honest, I feel like they just forced his character in there to have some gay representation. There was no actively consistent gay characters in the show I can think of. The one time they brought up the bisexual male character that Molly was into, they kind of completely wrote his character off and threw him away for her. I guess she didn't even really get educated on that, to be honest.
She never did. She was
the two times that he got brought back. That one was a little bit of a toxic experience.
That was like, I mean, I just feel like they just was like Molly toxic. So like, that was also a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, very much so. There was a conversation that was missing very much so heavily in that episode. The conversation of straight women and bi men and that type of thing. I feel like that's a conversation that was missed in that whole show.
That is a conversation that is hard to have. But Game of Thrones, a no for me. I don't want to go back. Well, I'm gonna be watching it for everybody, and if it's fire, then I don't give a fuck what my channel about. I'm finna react to this motherfucking
just that
show.
last trailer alone?
I'm gonna be reacting to the show. I don't give a fuck what my channel's about. Y'all don't even know how hard I rock with Game of Thrones. I love fantasy shows, so like that's also a thing. Let's see, backward storytelling. They love the Sandman. Princess Georgia Peach. My husband said you wouldn't know the character was gay until he hooks up. Yeah, I didn't know until he hooked up. He said I look like I should be in Babs. Shout out to P Valley. I don't want to spoil it because I know Twan hasn't watched it, so I won't.
Hold on, wait. Go ahead.
I ugly cried when like Uncle Clifford and Lil Murder finally like had their dance in public. I was ugly crying, y'all. I was just like so happy for them. So I don't know. I was really into their storyline and I appreciated the growth in the art. Okay.
There you go. You're gonna have these conversations.
Yeah. No, I just was like, so let's see. Let me make sure. Let's see. JD said, I've read the Lord of the Rings books a lot of times, and the cinematic trilogy is great. However, when you read the books, there's no black hobbits in the Shire. So now that's actually a good, I want to segue into that. Because you always got the person. I'm going to segue into that. The books, the source material that was written how long ago? The hobbits were inspired by English people.
Hey, Blerd. You niggas is certified boozy ass weirdos, Blerd.
That sound like a heart attack. I was not looking at my screen. There are black characters in the Middle Earth known as the Hard-Dream, and they come to fight for Sauron in the third book or movie. Anyway, you're gonna look at the show. So, how did the ugly crying show us? I can't show you how the ugly crying was looking because I'm not ugly crying right now, Dorian. I'm a fake.
Bring up an ugly cry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a build-up thing. So the source material, what about the people that like to sit at home? Like as things are moving forward and things are changing and you have these books that maybe are great stories but don't have black people written into the source material, like anime, like we were saying, like, do you think that that's a way to start to get some inclusivity with good stories? Is just pick a character out of a manga and just make that motherfucking black?
Now it's getting murky. It's getting into murky waters because
I'm just saying, like Rue and Hunger Games was not black.
That's true. I mean, it's better when you don't know the source material and then you find out later, so you already have a connection with that character before you drag them. But the moment you brought that up, I was like, fuck, because like I am a person who likes to imagine and recolor some people and works that have already been established in my head, but I'm not outwardly demanding these people be recolored and all this type of stuff in the actual reimaginings or when it's being brought back up. But I'm also not opposed to it if it makes sense. just because like it's been the dominant for forever.
You
White
know the
people ain't
otaku's
facing.
gonna burn this motherfucker down. Y'all take one of them characters and make them
I
black.
know. Once you take, but I would not go into a situation and be like, okay, this is Black Naruto. I wouldn't do that. But
Right.
but if we was like, look at Shino over there in the corner, let's make Shino
Just
black.
make her black. Let's make
Shino black.
Make Shino black.
Right.
I mean, Fire Force doesn't get enough props for what they did. They had like some good characters.
They got some good hairstyles too. Them buds, some of them fades.
Yeah, but I feel like people just like, I don't know. I do want to say I'm not dismissing your feeling, fellow black people. Please don't kick me out. But like, I feel like also some of this is, I mean, some of the characters who there's a lot of black characters. We did a tier list and we didn't even get all the black characters. We didn't even get all of them. We had like 45 people on that list. And we still have to do a part 2 because there were a bunch we didn't get. So like, I mean, I don't know, y'all. Like, I feel like it's giving. That's when it started giving colonizer energy to me. And hey, that boy Ro over on the YouTube side, welcome to the stream.
Listen, I don't want to take over. I don't want to reverse gentrify anime. Okay, I just what I want to do is just be like, hey, we out here and we ride hard for y'all. There's some of us that are out here. We really been on y'all's side. We've been trying to spread the good gospel of anime for years. I just want to see.
Nah, y'all niggas was hiding out, pretending like y'all didn't like anime until recently anyway. I mean, not me, or maybe not you, but let's be real. Black nerds were hiding out like it was the Holocaust in this bitch for a while.
I mean,
like you couldn't just be out as like an anime fan without catching shit for a long time.
You would. I guess you could take that. We could take that, I guess, person by person. Because I never really was hiding the fact that I was into anime. And a lot of people that I know that were outwardly, I guess, nerdy or geeky, they were standing up in their anime.
You know they was standing up in their anime?
I can't really think of too many people that was like hiding it, in my experience. I think like maybe downplaying how much you like it,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
I can see that more.
Cause you know how the others. I mean, you know how they show up. I mean, no shade to them, but I mean, like I said, it's kind of like the whole thing with like me wearing pink hair. Some people can wear pink hair freely. Some of us we wear pink hair. Somebody over somewhere got a problem. So I feel like for us, them Naruto running through the school, us Naruto running through the school, two different responses.
Okay, but I also never
I never Naruto ran through the school.
My nerve never went that deep to want to make my arms go limp and run through it.
So you've never tried a Naruto run?
Okay, I never tried it. It's different.
Oh, okay. Don't be sitting over here capping.
I've done it in my backyard just to see how it would feel. Guys, I still don't get it.
Is it scientifically a faster way to run?
I don't think so. Because if you go limp, I feel like you got all your hands just doing what it.
And you top heavy, right? I mean, your head. The further forward you lean, the heavier your head feels.
Me and Ninja running don't mix. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that right now. I have tried it, but it just don't seem efficient to me. So I'm gonna keep pumping my shit. That's all I'm.
Okay, but did you try to transform? Did you try to go Super Saiyan once in your life? I feel like we need to do one of them. How much of an otaku are you? It's like, have you ever tried to go Super?
I think these questions are beginning to be targeted.
They're not. They're just.
Yes,
I know how y'all are.
And concentrated. I haven't screamed, but I've done.
Oh, you didn't do the scream.
I've sat down and concentrated. Like, imagine my chi or my chakra in my center slowly growing. I bought a book when I was younger. I think I told this on the stream before about. It was during my Buffy the Vampire Slayer days.
Oh dear.
And It was in between that and Carrie. And I remember in Carrie, she was in the library and she picked out a telekinesis book, which showed her how to start honing her abilities. So I went to the library and got me one. And it was like telling you how to imagine strings at the tip of your fingers, pulling the item that you want towards you. So I've done my fair share of trying to make powers happen, but never outwardly in public. And it wasn't something that I was hiding moving forward. It was just like I only wanted to try once or twice, and it didn't work out.
Okay, I mean, you get a pay. I mean, I'm not asking these questions to attack you. I'm just asking them because I've also tried them. So I just know how we are. So
what have you tried?
I definitely tried the Naruto run. Didn't work out for me. I feel like I just feel like I was gonna face plant any moment. And I definitely have tried to power up. But I'm not a yeller. Like the yelling and powering up to me, it feels counterproductive. I feel like when you're yelling, you're letting the energy out, and you're supposed to be like channeling it,
keeping it in.
To like, but I guess they are quiet at first, and then they yell when they release it. Yeah, I just always. I don't know. I just feel like that. I did the Naruto run. Now you're not gonna sit over here and shame me.
I've done it once.
Haven't we all? Sorry, my shirt is like balling up. But haven't we all tried the Naruto run? I don't know. But
I think it's entertaining seeing it. Oh, I love seeing somebody jet from point A to point B with them noodles behind you.
I'm just waiting. But they're not noodles. They're not limp. I mean, you gotta hold them like they're straight. I don't feel like they're limp. I don't feel like they just like flapping in the wind.
That's because the ninjas are running so fast and jumping from tree to tree that the aerodynamicness keeps your arms straight.
Okay.
We ain't doing all that.
So you got to catch the speed. You got to get the right speed.
Right.
To keep the arms.
I think it's because that's the idea. You're not supposed to be having any tension or whatever in your arms. So they just, go back in the way in which they need to when the wind catch it.
I'm going to try that next time.
Actively.
I'm gonna try that next time. But
now you actually started. I'll watch. Motherfuckers gonna be outside practicing.
I want to see. I'm here for the face plants. I'm really here for the face plants because they're coming. Because I just feel like you're very top heavy.
There's a compilation on YouTube somewhere. I bet you of Naruto run fails.
Speaking of random compilation on YouTube, TikTok, have y'all seen?
Have y'all seen
this giant slide on Belle Isle that opened yesterday?
Oh, yes, the metal one. The people in these bags. We gotta brainstorm some stuff.
When I tell you, I sat there and watched them people bust their ass on this slide for like 30 minutes, and I was dying laughing. Do yourself a favor if you have not been on TikTok and looked up the Belle Isle giant slide. Go look at some TikTok videos of them people going down them slides. Them po babies.
I used to love those slides at the fair. Every year when the fair would open up, that would be one of the attractions. The big slide that you would get into something, slide down.
They messed up the speed. They math was. I don't know the inertia to which I don't know if it was the sacks that really messed up the speed that they weren't. Those people were towed up. I mean, one lady whole arm was just like she had burnt, like because the slide they give enough landing for you to go, but you shoot past the little landing. Now you just on the tar and they just be burnt up. It's terrible. But go watch it and laugh. JD said
I laughed at Yella's comment.
What he say?
Actually that wasn't Yella's, that was Dorian's. It was like I did the Ryu Shoryuken in a fight before and won.
You lying. I know you lying.
That would be epic.
I know you lying.
I would forever be a stan.
So did you get on the floor?
Shoryuken.
Did you say Shoryuken though? Did you say Shoryuken or did you just do it?
He did. He said he did.
Did you say it though? The same way? Like when you did it or you just did it?
It's real quick. You can get that out.
What?
It's not like he was doing the spinning bird kick.
But it's not that you can get it out. Like, if you said sure you can when you did it. Oh, okay, he just did it. He didn't say it too. Because I would have been like, that's a...
He did say it.
How do you feel being a deer? Critically Drinking said.
I am enjoying the introduction to deerness.
Okay. Twan's a baby deer.
Yeah, there you go. I'm a what do you call those? Deerling?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Calves.
could be a Bambi.
Bambies.
I'll be one of those. I am just getting introduced. I am excited to learn more. And dear mine.
Dear mine. Yeah, you're a doe. A doe is a female deer. Y'all ain't never seen Sound of Music? Doe is a female deer, not a baby. Bambi ass. I can't say it, y'all. Y'all so toxic. How did I learn about Clock Striker? JD said, I think I saw it on Twitch because I follow this person on Twitch who talks about it. Did y'all remember the night skins when we had the night skin run and they were calling black people that? So when they saw the Clock Striker girl, then they got mad because they felt like, that's what made me have this conversation, because they feel like now it's being forced because of the Clock Striker girl. So that's where I saw this whole, I'm like, let me check this out, see what it's about, because they were pissed about her. Because now they feel like wokeness is being pushed into anime. So that's kind of how I saw.
But it's not like wokeness, quote unquote, hasn't been like slowly being progressive throughout the years, because there's always been examples of like wokeness in anime. I mean, My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, all these shows that have these real life scenarios that are being I guess, warped in a way to make it more palatable in an anime sense, but there's still common themes we have in life in general. Racism, like what is with My Hero Academia, the villains are feeling, I think their whole thing is feeling repressed, like not being able to feel in their abilities and feeling like they have to go about society in a certain way, or they'll be looked at and judged based off the ideals of other people. Like one of the I guess best digs into that is what is her name, Toga from My Hero Academia. Like her power is she shows, her ability is she can change her shape based off of the blood she intakes from other people. But she was just born with this instinctual need to, drink blood. But she does it in an endearing way. Like, she drinks your blood because she's like has a connection to you. Like, she wants to drink your blood and cause you harm to show you affection.
Okay, it's vampire. I'm a Sunder girl, exactly. So I get this.
But she's grown up with that mentality and been judged when she was even a kid, thinking this is how she's supposed to show her affection and stuff. So when she's being labeled evil and all this other stuff, she grows into that. And it's such a tragic story, the way My Hero Academia puts it to you and the way they reveal her backstory and all that type of stuff. But it really speaks to like how much do you give into what he says about who you are and the type of person you are. But that's the type of wokeness that has been in anime for so long,
right?
So like, why is all of a sudden now such a think piece? Is because
I think it's just that you can connect to those stories, like telling some of the struggles that different groups can face. Like you said, like that could be a struggle like across groups. Bye Shy Kitty. That could be a struggle across groups, but I think most people were able to like connect to, like you said, you can connect to that. So like I feel like for some people, they feel like that should be enough, just having stories and themes that people can connect to. Why do you have to force a race that isn't prevalent? But like I said, I don't agree with that, because like I said, a lot of the stories aren't even taking place in Japan a lot of the times. So like if it's a fantasy world, like I just feel like that's kind of invalid. Like why you can put a black person in the world, like it's not even a real world. So you can put goblins and shit. Y'all ain't complaining about goblins. all the kind of weird shit anime be putting in there. But then let a black person show up.
That's where I'm coming from. Like, why is it all of a sudden now where progression and wokeness is too much? Oh, because I see this dark skin on my screen.
Right.
It was nothing else. It was none of the multitude of problems anime has as a culture.
You already know I've said that when we did that y'all was goofy or whatever. Like, I've already said that y'all these the same people when we did that waifu episode, they really can't say nothing to me. Matter of fact, if you go watch that waifu episode, we talked about these dudes who literally have waifus that are underage girls. Let me find out when y'all mofos was somewhere talking shit about a black person being in anime.
Right. That's where I'm coming from.
Like, if it's a regular person, we can have a conversation, but let me find out it's one of y'all weirdos.
Yeah, let's attack the real problems first, then we can circle back around to other representation. That's my problem. Because honestly, when you think about it, and that's just my petty spirit, I'm the type where I now want this to, yeah, absolutely now for sure. Let's let
we were being adults about it. We were being adults about it until these waifu dudes came up. And
now I want it to be everywhere. Now I want it to be forced. Now I want it to be all up in your grill. I want you to be uncomfortable.
Because it's just so funny, the things that make some people uncomfortable for me. That's the funny thing. It's like, oh, this is the point where you're uncomfortable now. That's funny to me. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I tell
with this 20-year-old looking person humping a 7-year-old figure.
It just happens all the time. I tried to watch this Josei anime. I was gonna do a reaction to it, and I couldn't even get past the first episode. It was like a 30-year-old dude like literally trying to wife up like a 17-year-old. And everybody was just like, yeah, he's a good guy. Like, he's not that bad. Like, he literally was stalking her. Like, it was just like, I just can't with y'all. You want to see a black tail spin? They're animals, sir. Speaking of, Tevin Campbell came out as gay. I thought he was already out.
Come on, Powerline. You better.
Powerline, yeah. Thank you, JD, for the shout out.
I've had my my questions, but I never really heard of anything being official or.
I thought
knowing that he was.
We knew like. I thought when he came out with the Colors to the World song or whatever the fuck it was called, I thought we knew then.
Did he? Was that one of the things that was like, oh, we can tell just from his music, or did he actually?
I guess it was so obvious to me because he like disappeared for a long time, and then that was the first thing he came out with, and you were just like, okay. So like, I guess for me it was just so obvious. Like, I never even thought he was like trying to hide it. Like, I just thought I didn't think he
probably wasn't. Did he say that he was like actively hiding it?
He said he had to go on a journey to like be comfortable, like in it.
Because there's a like it's exactly like Yella just brought up with the brat. Like, I kind of we knew the brat. We knew.
That's why it just be like, girl.
But we never had her outwardly say it. And I'm a person that fully will respect the fact that, you know, if it's not your time, it's not your time. I'm gonna have my thoughts, but I'm not about to sit here and, you know, fully push this narrative if that's not your truth. But when you finally do come out with it, I'm like, okay, now tell us the truth. Now let's go back in time and you tell us.
All right.
So we can feel vindicated.
I mean, I support people's journeys, but it was just weird to me. But shout out to Powerline being gay. Speaking of representation, before we start to wrap it up, I watched a Buzz Lightyear movie the other day, and they actually
tell me about it.
They actually had a black lesbian couple in the movie. Like, his best friend was a black woman who was a lesbian, and I actually liked how they did it in the movie.
I was about to ask you, did it feel forced? Did it feel too
did it.
much?
I mean, it was.
Your face?
That's why I'd be weird, because I just be like, it's one of them things where like, I don't know if it will never feel forced if it was so blatantly like avoided for so long.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we got categories in award shows and stuff like that, and college like first black this first black. This is still going on. We are every
Right.
day. I feel like there's another first black something, and it's always somewhat ridiculous. It really is when you think about the category and whatever. Like, why is this the first black female to ever win an Oscar? After
That feels like something that I should only
decade.
hear in my like history lesson in like 5th grade, like not in
No,
2022. Like,
Really?
it really feels out of place when you're like, she's the first. I'm like, damn,
Like, what time is it? Where are we at?
Back to the Future. Hey Ashley, she said that was the most unsurprising surprise ever on the YouTube side. You said previously that people on Twitch were pissed off by the cast. What were their reasons? Oh, they were just saying that they feel like it's forced. They feel like black people or the agenda people in the shadows are pushing to get these black characters in anime, and it's forced. They feel like it's being forced. JD, that's what they were saying. It's problematic about the Clock Striker main character. They feel like it's forced.
I didn't get one. I missed that day when God was passing out the gay agenda. I didn't get mine.
I've never been invited to an agenda meeting, and I'm kind of mad about it. I want to go to an agenda meeting.
I want to know what our plans is. Y'all make me feel left out. Is it because I'm not one of them fit gays? Is it because I ain't got a 6-pack?
Yeah, you gotta have a certain look to be invited to the agenda meeting. Yellow said Tevin and the Brat blew me. Like, who are you surprising? I want to see black gargoyles. Dorian's wilding. My husband said it was very natural. Like, yeah, I like the fact that it didn't feel like, to me there's a balance, because it could feel forced if you just put them in for a second just to say you did it and then you never see them again. But like, you know, this was her character. Like, she was just, you know, like she had a whole lifetime. There's like some time travel elements to the movie. So like you see her go through a whole lifetime with her partner, and like they have kids and their kids grow up, and like the way they did it was very natural.
You know, one of my favorite like gay characters in like a comedy anything. Do you remember a show called Happy Endings? It was one of the Wayne brothers. I think one of the youngest Wayne brothers. He was the main character, one of the main characters in that show. But they had a gay character that was his best friend / roommate, and he was just this slob of a person. just he was hilarious, but he was just gross, blah blah blah. But he was gay, and you really wouldn't have known he was until you really dug into his character. And that's what I love about that type of a representation, because we're just people. Gay is just a portion of. Now, of course, we got our mannerisms and diving into your more effeminate mannerisms and that type of stuff, but at the same time, that's not everybody. There are people out here that are literally just living their life, and you find out they're gay, and that should change absolutely nothing. So I would love to see that more in anime, like a main character in an anime who goes umpteen chapters without really associating with the opposite gender, and then you find out chapter 72 that they are attracted to another person of the same sex. Like, that's the type of shit I want to find out. I want, like, it's kind of just like
surprise, like you don't see it coming. Like, it's like, oh look, you see it coming. You see it coming.
Not like all of a sudden he's twirling into frame with a trail of rainbows behind him in a miniskirt. Like, oh, this is the gay main character.
Yeah, kind of like I said, that's how I feel like they did the Corinthian and the Sandman. Like, he was just like chilling. We went a bunch of episodes, and then like they're like, oh, they were kind of talking about him. Like, somebody else was like, I wonder what he's into, because he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna give it away. But then they were like, then you found out, and I mean, you're like on episode 6 or 7, and I was like, oh, okay.
Now, I would enjoy some Easter eggs, like if they episode 10 somebody mentions Beyonce, and he kind of like.
Hi, Dorian. Not she mentioned Beyonce. He's like, oh, like,
there's little Easter eggs that he could be, but not really.
But I feel you on that.
Like, that would be fun. That would be interesting.
Like, that's something Black women still struggle with too. Like, our characters are often, it's getting better, but our characters are often, for a long time, are written very two-dimensional. Maybe you got one, or you either the mammy or you Tiffany Haddish. So it's like, that's it. It's like you're a mammy, or you like the old Southern big lady who can cook and all. It's always call everybody honey and sugar, or you just a hood rat. And like, that was literally the two Black girls.
I know you mentioned Living Single earlier, but I did kind of want to pipe up on that one, just because I did think Living Single did it a little bit better, because they had more all through the gambit of what you would see in I feel like in the walks of life of like maybe a black female, because you had Regine, who was the bougie, better than everybody. She might as well had just had white friends. She might as well have.
She's like the Tiffany and Insecure. Like Tiffany was her. Yeah,
exactly. And then you got Maxine Shaw. Now she's more of the Cosby Show genre, where it's like, you know, she has her career and everything. She kind of came in with it.
She's our Molly.
The only real difference that she was freaking hilarious.
Right.
Can't nobody convince Maxine wasn't the funniest part of Living Single.
I always like.
And then
Maxine.
you got Khadijah, who was more realistic in that she has this up and coming magazine that she's trying to make pop. You know, like there's different levels of success and
she's our Issa.
Yeah, all of that in that show. I thought it did and then, I mean, let's not even go into Sinclair.
I love Sinclair though.
What is Sinclair even doing?
Sinclair was like, what's her name in Girlfriends? What was the free spirit who was always in college? Like she just kept going back to school. Oh, the light.
I didn't watch Girlfriends like that, but I know who you're talking about. She was the hippie girl.
The hippie girl, yeah, the bohemian chick. But yeah, I liked Sinclair. She was like one of my favorite ones.
Oh yeah, woo woo woo.
Woo, woo, woo. I mean, I liked her, but I mean, they did a good job. But
I was saying that's like she wasn't out here a lawyer. She didn't have her own magazine. She wasn't a gold digger.
What did she do?
Yeah, she was a regular girl. She was an actress, I want to say.
Okay.
Like she was going like she was doing different plays and stuff. There was a time when she was a fuck up, to be honest. She was working with Khadijah.
I remember her fucking up
working out there.
I thought I made
she was a bit of a fuck up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I did like them, but and then that's a generational thing too, as well. Cause like I definitely feel like a lot of millennials are like the insecure people, versus like maybe our parents. Yeah, maybe like our parents are more like the living single people, because the millennials be out here on some other shit.
I'm gonna push shows like Living Single on my kids.
Really? They are not gonna connect to it. They are not gonna connect.
They don't. But I'm just saying, like I saw episodes of Living Single before, but it wasn't until well after, like I want to say maybe around my like 1920s, where I actually sat down and was like, watched Living Single again. And I was like, I am obsessed. This shit is everything. I'm gonna introduce it to him. I'm gonna introduce it to him, but I'm definitely gonna circle back around.
I'm like mid-30s now. Maybe I'll really just love it now. Like I feel like when I was growing, I didn't like it. You
didn't love it?
I didn't love it. But look, listen, this is that moment where y'all gonna put me out of the society, because like there's not really any black show before Insecure that I really connected to like that. Not one.
No.
Let me read these comments while you think of shows to ask me about so I can say no. Let's see. Well, too bad for them. The authors are black and they should have done their research about the editors. Saturday AM. She's JD's talking about the creators of what's the main character name again? Sorry, Cast. Yeah, the creators of that manga are black. That reminds me of people who are offended because there are too many black characters in Black Panther, which is dumb. Like, you just wasting time at this point. Ding dong, hello, Wakanda is a nation of Black Panther. G-Virus, hello G-Virus, thank you for stopping by. I don't know if you're still here. Kawaii Bree, I would love to see the Mantis and Static Shock made into an anime. JD said he's the first ever African superhero for Marvel for black exploitation. Very grateful to see King, Jack Kirby, and Stan Lee for his creation. Let's hope a Clock Striker anime series. Yeah, that would be awesome. I hope Clock Striker does get a series. That would be dope. But that was on the YouTube side. I was just catching up.
So,
but yeah,
Living Single didn't do nothing for you.
I mean, it was cute. It was cute, but like,
was there any sitcoms?
No, not really.
Like, That's So Raven didn't do nothing.
No, I didn't really watch Just So Raven. I mean, I watched a lot of them. I did not like the Proud. I don't like Proud Family.
The Proud Family was very.
No, I think Martin is funny. Like in my older day, like now I go back and watch Martin. I'm like, oh, this is kind of funny. But no.
Martin has a huge sexist problem, but I love Martin.
Yeah, like the Cosbys, none of that.
Damn. Smart Guy?
I did like Smart Guy. I could relate to Smart Guy.
Sister.
Moesha, not really. I like My Brother and Me and Sister.
No, Moesha was horrible. Moesha was a horrible friend.
Yeah, I didn't really care for like
Average
Moesha.
friend.
Okay, yeah. So maybe
She
some of the
literally broke into
family
one of her
ones,
friend's
like
house in the queue. So why
maybe
you
like
broke?
I liked Family Matters, but I'm talking about like as I got older, like not the kid stuff, not like what I watched TGI Friday when I was a kid. Like I liked all them fucking shows. So I don't know if I'm just saying like the adult, like Girlfriends, like Living Single, the Cosby's,
Okay.
like Different World, like the older shows, not the family ones, but like the audience was older. Like, you know what I'm
I
saying? Like they were
definitely recommend.
adults, like living their
Yeah.
life kind of stuff, not a family setting. Like
I
those
did.
shows I never connected to.
I definitely recommend going back and watching Living Single, just seeing how you vibe with. Oh yeah, the Fresh Prince.
No.
Not the Fresh Prince either. I know they was like crazy rich and stuff, but like
I mean,
there's some
like
good things
I
in
watched it, but like outside of the TGIF shows that like came on, I liked them. But like I said, I liked all of those shows. So it could have just been like I'm gonna just watch anything that come on TV. I don't really know, but I did watch all of those. But like no, I never really watched the Cosby's, Fresh Prince. Like I didn't grow up watching that stuff.
That's crazy. But
I know people be like this, and I mean it's like a lot of black movies too. Like I just did not watch growing
Oh,
up.
don't even. Yeah, I'm gonna embarrass everybody that even claims to be black when it comes to black cinema. Like,
What you
I've seen a good
mean?
amount. I've seen a good amount, but like the hardcore black films.
What you
that
mean?
everybody
What's
likes to
one
bring
that everybody be like you should see that you haven't seen?
up, I haven't seen Juice. I haven't seen Juice.
We probably be terrible together.
Let's
Be terrible together.
see. What is this? I've seen Green Mile when I was a child. I haven't seen Green Mile outside of that.
No, I'm not watching that either.
Uh,
Everybody done
what's
seen The
what's a
Color
good
Purple
black
now.
one? Now, I didn't see The Color Purple until I want to say 2016,
Ooh.
17.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a.
Oh, wow.
Leaning towards my adulthood.
Damn, you was deep. I thought you was gonna be like 2008.
No, I literally dug it up. It was on a VHS, and we still had a VHS and a VHS player. And look at Ashley popping up here.
Shame, Antoine. She was on the other side. She said, I gotta come over here for this shame.
Right.
Harlem Nights. I've never seen Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights. I've seen Harlem Nights.
I've never seen Strictly
Harlem Nights.
Business. I don't even know what that is.
Have you seen Jungle Fever?
Yes.
Okay.
I like Spike Lee stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think I worked my way through as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
but not like growing up. I was just like, okay, I gotta sit down and watch Spike Lee stuff.
What about Two Can Play That Game? I love.
I feel like I've never seen that.
With Vivica A. Fox, Morris Chestnut.
Oh, maybe I
Monique.
did see it. Yeah, maybe I did see it. I
Bobby
saw
Brown.
Eve's
Bobby
Bayou.
Brown was in it.
Look, I just watched Eve's Bayou last year
Ooh,
for the first time.
Wait, because that might be added to the list because I don't even know if I've seen.
I literally
Bayou.
just
I'm
watched
thinking
Eve. What you think?
I'm thinking of Deliver Us from
From
Evil.
Eva. I was like, have you seen Deliver Us from Eva?
Yeah, I've fully seen that.
Oh, okay.
With Lynn Whitfield, Eve's Bayou.
Yeah,
No,
and
I
the little
have to- I feel like I've seen
Jussie
that when I was a kid.
Smollett sister.
Oh,
She
that's
was
his
in it.
sister?
Yeah, you know that was his sister, the girl from
Well, no, because I haven't seen that. I feel like I've seen it when I was a kid, but definitely don't remember it. And
But she been in a lot of stuff though. She was in Full House. She was in and she was in one of the movies.
that was niggas in Full House?
Yeah, she was very light skinned. But she been in stuff for a long time. She was in one of them Tyler Perry movies. What was the one where she was with Lance Gross, his wife?
Was
And
there
then she
really
was-
black folks in Full House?
Journey.
Sorry, I'm stuck on that now.
Yeah, remember TJ wasn't he on there?
You about to make me look.
Wasn't he on? He was
I
one of Michelle
only-
friends.
I only remember Wahite. I do remember Michelle having a little black friend, but that's about it. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
remember no,
it.
like-
That was it too. That was just
That
them
was
two,
it.
and they
That
was
was
very
it. I
light. You
thought
see
so.
how light they
I
was?
thought so.
They had to pass the paper
Listen,
bag
if I can
test.
share my screen, I'm just scrolling down the words Full House, and it is nothing but white driven snow.
Not White Driven Snow. Crooklyn, my movie. But like I said, I saw a lot of Spike Lee stuff.
Oh, I remember her. They look.
She looked the same.
Is this her?
Juicy Smollett sister. Let me see.
Juicy.
That's Dave Chappelle's song. I don't know why he be calling that boy Juicy Smollett. Let me see. Are you screen sharing? Because I don't see it.
Oh no, I was
okay.
about to, but I lost the picture.
Oh, okay, but
yes, found a little girl. I can't find her.
Yeah, she look like him. They look alike.
Yeah, she do.
Yeah, to my. So yeah,
not Juicy. Juicy Smollett.
I'm so sick of them, but yes, they look alike to me.
As long as y'all seen Sister Act 2, of course, yeah.
I don't like Sister Act. Little bonus information: the Arte Shitajo is Japan's first major anime studio owned by Black animators. I've never heard of them. That is so cool.
We coming up on,
if a different world came on right now, I would go to sleep. Cordy said, "I got a question."
I got a question. Your theme song.
That's what Cordy said on YouTube. I got a question.
I gotta go because
Twan, what? I don't care for Sister Act. You can't be. How you trying to lead? You rage quitting because I don't care for the movie?
Yeah, this is me. This is my rage quitting.
Not my husband told me I get out.
This is my rage quitting.
My husband just told me to get out. So where I'm supposed to go, I just got kicked off stream.
Oh no!
And I got to get out of my own house because I don't care for Sister Act 2.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go.
I'm so offended right now. I thought this was a safe space. I thought this was a safe space.
Yeah, you shattered that, baby.
What you mean? Ashley said bye. I've seen it a bunch of times. It just like except the one part where she be. No, I'm saying the one part where Lauryn Hill be singing. That's the only part I like.
Okay, at least you like that part.
I do. I like that part. My mother-in-law watches it all the time. So.
Okay, well, let me think of some other ones so I can take the heat off of you because I feel bad.
Don't be
the same reaction I hate when people give me. I'm like, are you?
I don't give a.
What else though? What other Black movies?
Do you like The Last Dragon? Coming to America?
I haven't seen the second one. I really don't plan on seeing the second one either.
I thought it was cute.
Coming to America too.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. Yeah.
You seen Friday? All the Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
See, you doing good.
Multiple times. I think I am too. I think it's just there's a couple of them that get popped up, and I'm like, I should probably slide out of this room. Let me back out quietly.
So let's see. G-Virus said problems with the woke SJW is that the only reason they want to see themselves in every show is because of narcissism. What the main character looks like doesn't matter as long as it's enjoyable. Oh wow. Hot takes over on the YouTube side.
Yes.
Megan Thomas said she hates Friday. Okay. Wow, Megan. I did not know you hate Friday. Looking at you with a side eye. He told me, so you hate me. Twan said you hate it. She said she don't get it.
Don't get it? Get what?
She don't get it.
There's two niggas hanging outside smoking weed.
She don't get it. She's like, can't relate. Can't relate. How y'all are really just violent. Y'all to my get out. Don't be talking to her like that.
What do I
to my band.
Information. That's a
No, you need to respond to G-Virus comment.
What G-Virus said?
They said that it's narcissism. Do you think it's narcissism that makes people want to see themselves?
That kind of is like, damn, that's loaded. I don't think you can just water it down to narcissism and call it a day. Like, that feels like you're doing a disservice to everybody involved.
Damn.
Like, just to like, because I don't think it's just simply like, where am I and everything. But I think if you have I don't think it's necessarily wrong that would want to see yourself or see elements of yourself or the people that look like you in certain elements that you are obsessed with. Now, it
Right.
doesn't make it right. No, it doesn't, because y'all really got me together today with this whole talk of colonizer in anime. Y'all really got the balls rolling over here, and I'm leaning off a lot more, but I still can't help but have that desire in me, see that. And I guess, like, in a way, yeah, it could be a layer of narcissism or a facet of narcissism, but I don't know if it could just be completely dismissed as narcissism.
I think it's more
there's something to the
narcissistic
argument.
for a whole subset of the population to always project themselves on any character that's a shade of apricot or peach. But we don't ever talk about that. How these Beckys will tell a black person that they can't cosplay as a person, but you are out here cosplaying as a whole ass Asian, and you, last time I checked, was a Wahite. So I feel like that's more narcissistic than someone just saying, damn, bitch, like, we in the world, and how come I can't never see nobody like me in any of these worlds that I'm watching?
I think Ashley's asking about what we kind of came to earlier in the conversation. I don't know if she was here in the beginning.
Why would I not want to be? Go ahead.
Represented. Like, just like anime, seeing black folks in anime, we were talking about, I mean, essentially anime is, it's cultural. It started in Japan.
She said we are a huge part of the audience. Are we?
Are we?
I don't feel like we are. I feel like we're not.
And that's where it's like you're kind of encroaching on something that, you don't really, we aren't the majority in Japan. we aren't native in Japan.
Or
so
here.
like,
what would you say your percent? Twan is really good at throwing out random ass percentages, apparently. I'm salty about that Jeopardy game still. What would, if you said Japan and America audience, smash them together, what percentage of that would you say is black?
Is black from Japan and America?
If we smash them both, like, I'm an anime studio, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have this many people watching my anime. What percentage of that do you think would be black?
I would venture to say like 20%.
20? Okay, I was gonna say like 10.
Yeah, I would say
it's about 60%. Don't trigger me. I'm still mad.
I would say 20, being very generous.
Yeah.
Not taking any count, really, any research, but
Doom said 53% is black. You think 53%? I don't know.
53.
High.
No, I don't know about that.
Because
black, and that's out of Japan and
America.
It's not 53%. It's not.
No. I don't even think it's 53% if you just said America.
I mean, that's true, but they got hella white white presenting people in anime.
They do.
I mean,
Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I mean, they all white, basically, except Mikasa, Levi,
and my boy
Okampachu.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't shit. We can't never say that man name.
Yeah, he's actually good.
He's so cute and wholesome, but we
Yeah,
never say
he
his
really
name
is.
right. G-Virus said, Kawaii, it's fine to see some aspects of ourselves in the main character as long as it's not the focus of the main character, and the main character is done well, likable with flaws, character growth, but won't want, I don't know what that last part say.
I think he's trying to say they wanted like a whole takeover situation.
Yeah, basically, woke Mary Sue's. Yeah, I mean, that's what we said. We don't want to just see you throwing We want to see black characters that have arcs development. They don't have to be blackness in an American frame, but like, just, I don't want to kill or be either.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want. So I think we agree on that.
And I feel like if you complain too much about one, they're going to throw you the opposite of what you want. Just to get the conversation there, like, well, we gave it to you. I thought that's what you niggas wanted.
We gave you Black Luster and Mr. Popo and Lady Crone and Killer Bee.
How many more big lips can we draw? like, damn.
I'ma clip that. I'm absolutely clipping that. We can't draw more big lips. I don't
how much ink we waste in comparison when we draw.
I don't trust them studios with my people, okay? Like, I'm cool with Saturday AM, got some black writers and creators making these black characters and send them on over there to be drawn up. That's what I need. That's what I need over here. I don't know a lot of white people from North America that watch anime, and the ones I do are off their rocker. Oh boy, they are definitely out there. Go to anime. What's the anime convention that just happened? The big one, Anime Expo.
Mm-hmm.
Go to an anime convention, you will see the lights. Okay. And if
I just want to.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna read what Ashley said. I mean, that's true, but they got here. Oh no. And if we talking percentages, white folks ain't a large percentage either. For America, they are. I mean, we're still a minority. And then think of the minority that actually watches anime. We all acting like we ain't blurs in here right now. Okay. Put a one in the chat if you know a blur in regular life that you did not meet online.
I can't. Oh, yep. I can actually.
Okay.
My friend Haki from work.
When you met them, though?
Absolutely an otaku.
How long ago you met them?
How long ago?
As in adulthood?
Yeah, about a year and a half ago.
Exactly. It's like black people watching anime is more like normal now. But I'm just saying, like, we had a whole growing up blur show, and we was all talking about how a lot of us was holding it down by ourselves for like most of our early lives until after a certain point when the internet came along, and then it got more like normalized.
Who's you talking about? She said my husband. Did I say somebody?
That's what she said. That's another blur she knows, I guess, that she met in real life.
Sure.
And you,
the person who I said?
No, that's what she said. Her husband and you. That's her too, because I said put a one in the chat. And then Megan on YouTube said my boyfriend. I think it's normal now.
She meant her husband was like somebody I said, like, I just pulled up Nick's stuff because I wanted to give a little highlight to what I'm talking about when I say that anime and nigga can be done. It can be done.
It can be. She said, honestly, I know more black people than white people that watch anime. But do you know more black people in general than white people? Because then your data's going to be skewed.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah. Go to an anime convention one time. Just go to Anime Expo. Tell me what you see.
But look how he does these people.
Oh, you sharing right now?
Can you see it?
I'm going to pull it up. There you go. I mean, it's kind of small. Let me make your screen really big real quick. Hold on.
And I can make some of these kind of big. Like, this is his idea of these characters. And I like the hair designs.
Oh, that's so cool. I like that.
Like,
yeah, it's like a painting style. That's cool. I like that too.
But he's done. Ouch. He's done. I think this might be a little. Yeah, like this is art style. This is, I think, Exogenesis. This is a comic a manga that he was working on. But like this stuff is I'm just saying it can be done. You just gotta bring the right people in the rooms. You gotta get the right people.
I think it's hard. I am curious. I know my brother hasn't said, he's probably not here today. But how do I not?
Oh, sorry, I just jumped right out.
Cool. No. He is an artist. He knows a lot of artists. He knows LaShawn Thomas, the guy we were talking about. And I would be curious to know if he was telling me before when we were talking about him that he had some struggles. Like, it's not really still even easy to get a studio to animate your stuff if you're black.
Yeah, I'm not saying it is
not
easy.
So I wonder if that's also because I know there's so many talented black artists who would love to get their stuff made into an anime, like legit.
Of course.
And because if it's not anime, if it's not made in Japan, then I could see that there probably are some serious barriers even to talented artists who have the ability, but can't get across certain barriers.
Yeah, I'm not like, I don't want to like get it confused as if I'm speaking to the logistics of it either. I'm not saying it's like a snap your finger and all of a sudden you got niggas in a room. But at the same time, that's why I'm like, these studios gotta want to source that information into their projects. They gotta want to bring these people in to get this type of information to get their lived experiences, to see how other characters react to certain things. Like they gotta want to do that, and I just honestly,
They don't have no
besides
incentive.
unless that's what I'm saying. Unless the story, the whoever's guiding it, the producing it, directing it, all of that stuff, unless they are black, it ain't gonna get in front of them. It ain't gonna get in front of the right people.
And except the guy from who did Fire Force, he was just like, I wanted to see that.
The guy that did Fire Force.
He was like, the creator was like, I feel like I wanted to see that, so that's why I made a point to do it. But like, how many creators are we gonna get that take the time
that has that drive? Right. That's the thing. You have to want.
They will have to want to, and they will have to have a lot of experience to probably bring them there. I got put on in high school by black dudes, but I wouldn't call them Blerds. That's what Rashawn was saying. Jeff's brother was the first person I connected with in anime back in high school, and then Marcel a few years after graduating. It wasn't until I met Marcel that I really started meeting more people who were into that, like gamers and art. I mean, it's much better now. Like I said, the internet has changed a lot. And Doom said Afro Samurai is one of the best anime ever on God. Yes, we definitely talked about that even on the phone, like how that is one of the standards. Where it's like his blackness was written into the story, his character design, it was a part of it, but he had a whole story. So that is definitely one of the blueprints, I think, even still to this day, of kind of what we're talking about. We just want to see a character where maybe their blackness is an aspect of the story, but it's not like it, it doesn't have to be the most American black culture. It's like, hey, I'm black, I'm in this country where I'm an outsider and I still want to be number one, or like we can all relate to that. So that's all we asking for, nothing crazy.
That's all.
But
I'm asking for the moon.
We'll go ahead and start wrapping this up because it's been 2 hours and 13 minutes. Any final thoughts that you or things you want to make sure you say about the topic before we do our closing?
I have been forever changed at the idea of me wanting black folks in anime, akin to colonization. I'm gonna unpack that more off camera, and by next week I'll probably have a more solid idea on how I feel about this topic. But I'm not gonna lie, at the top of the show y'all fucked me up with that, so it's just been a constant.
I'm sorry.